Today I'll be going over how to solve equations with integers. Because we are using integers, that does mean your answers can be negative now. So let's start off with example 1. So let's find out, I'm going to give you a set of numbers and tell me if they could be an answer to this. -3, 4, and -7. So to start off with -3, what you do is you plug in for y. So basically we would have 12 times -3, which equals -36. Because they have opposite signs, my answer would be negative. So does -36 equal -84? No. So -3 cannot be our answer. Let's try out 4. 12 times 4. Well, 12 times 4 is 48. Since they have the same sign, our answer will be positive. Does 48 equal -84? No. So 4 is not our answer. Now down to -7. 12 times -7. Well, 12 times 7 is 84. They have opposite signs, so my answer is negative. Well, does -84 equal -84? Yes, it does. So -7 is our answer. Now for example 2, what you have to remember is you can add or subtract the same number from both sides and not change the solution, like balancing a teeter-totter or a scale. So for A, x plus 11 equals 5. The objective of solving the equation is to isolate the variable. So I want to get rid of the 11. Since I'm adding the 11, the opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 11. But when you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So the 11's cancel out here, leaving me with x. Now 5 minus 11. It's positive 5, negative 11. They have opposite signs, so I have to subtract them, which means 11 minus 5 is 6. The 11 is larger, and it's negative, so our answer is negative. Now part B, I want to get the y by itself. So I have to get rid of the -12. To get rid of the -12, I have to add 12 to both sides. Again, -16 plus 12. Opposite signs I have to subtract. 16 minus 12 is 4. 16 is larger and negative, so the answer is -4. The 12's cancel out, leaving me with y. As soon as you get your variable by itself, you're done. So y equals -4. Now for example 3, also with addition and subtraction, you can multiply or divide by the same number and keep the original answer. So for part A, 5x equals -25. Again, I want to get this x by itself. So since I'm multiplying by 5, I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to divide by 5. And what you do to one side, you have to do to both sides. Now 5 divided by 5 is 1. So I get 1x over here. -25 divided by 5 is 5. Opposite sign, so negative. So x equals -5. Now with part B, I want to get this by itself, which I think I miswrote it. I believe that's supposed to be a 29. So to get s by itself, I'm going to divide by -29. Divide by -29. So s, because the -29's cancel out, equals 87 divided by 29. What could that be? So I'm going to go over here, 87 divided by -29. Well, 9 times, what I think is this is basically a 30. 30, and this is basically a 90. 30 goes into 90 how many times? 3. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So 87 minus 87 is 0. So we get an answer of 3. They have opposite signs, so your answer is negative. So S equals negative 3. So remember, when you are solving equations, add and subtract or multiply and divide until you get the correct answer. Now with part C, we have multiple things on both sides. So before you actually start solving the equation, you should combine like terms on each side of the equation sign. So even though 24 and 8 are like terms, I can't combine them because they're on opposite sides of the equal side. So start off over here, 13 minus 67 plus 24. They're all like terms. So I'm just going to go 13 minus 67. Well, that means I have to subtract them because they have opposite signs. So 67, 13, 7 minus 3 is 4, 6 minus is 54. Since the 60, let me slow down a little bit. So 67 minus 13 is 54. So is the answer going to be positive or negative? Well, since the 67 is negative, our answer will be negative because 67 was larger. Plus 24. Again, they have opposite signs, so I have to subtract them. 54 minus 24. 4 minus 4 is 0. 5 minus 2 is 30. And again, is our answer positive or negative? It'll be negative, so negative 30. Now, W is not a like term with negative 13 and 8. Negative 13 and 8 are like terms. Again, they have opposite signs, so I have to subtract them. 13 minus 8 is 5. 13 is larger, so my answer will be negative. Nothing happened to the W. Just to keep it lined up, I'm just going to rewrite it. Now, after combining like terms, we are left with the equation negative 30 equals W minus 5. So to get the W by itself, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Over here, the 5's cancel out, leaving us with W. And again, because they have opposite signs, we have to subtract them. 30 minus 5 is 25. The 30 was larger, so my final answer is negative. So W has to equal negative 25. Now remember with equations, to check your answer, you can plug it back in and see if you get the correct answer. And you can plug it back in on whichever step you want. But in case you messed up, it's always a good idea to plug it back into the original equation. Okay, D. First things first, combine like terms. So over here, they are all like terms. So 4z plus 14z. I just add them. So 18z minus 21z. Now they have opposite signs, so I have to subtract them. 21 minus 18 is 3. 21 is larger, so my answer will be negative 3z. Over here, again, they're all constants, no variables. So 93 minus 50 is 43. And 43 plus 20 is 63. Now that I have everything combined, I need to solve for z. So because I'm multiplying by negative 3, I want to get rid of it. So I do its inverse operation, or opposite operation, which is divide. So I'm going to divide by negative 3 on both sides. The negative 3's cancel out, leaving us with z equals, well, 3 goes into 6 twice, 3 goes into 3 once. They have opposite signs, so negative 21. And that is how you solve equations with integers.